NetHP's guiding principles are service, leadership, philanthropy, and community. And NetHP serves as a networking base for business owners, emerging professionals, community leaders, and college students.
For a little bit now, my network has grown in ways I cannot describe, and the people that I've met here and the inspirations that I've gotten from other, and how we're all connected into one has really changed my view of the world, my businesses, and how I interact with everyone.
Wonderful. How long has your organization been around?
Mind Health Centers has been around for a year and a half. What we do there is quite unique, and I have to say it's unique because the average mental health disorder diagnosis takes 15 minutes. We take hours to diagnose a patient, so we use multiple disciplines, mental health disciplines or healthcare disciplines to diagnose autism, bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, all kinds of disorders of the mind and the brain, in combination with body healing. We use a holistic approach to diagnose and treat the patient. Not that we're against medication, but we use medication as a last resort instead of using medication as first line of defense. Our care coordination team is in sync with our clinicians, and every clinician is in sync with the patient. So there isn't one patient that does not get the aid and assistance and understanding from all the clinicians that treat them, from a neuropsychologist to a neuropsychiatrist to a behavioral analyst. That is what Mind Health Centers does. And our slogan is train your brain, change your life, because when you train your brain, you're really changing your life. The body would not be able to function as good as it should function without a good, solid mental health. So we first start with the mind, and then we heal the body.
Very well, very well. So, with that being said, how impactful was this organization during the pandemic?
This organization, as I said before, the unification of our community leaders and the exposure to other people's ideas, knowledge, and even religious beliefs is what has aided us to become a better clinic setting for our clients and a better person myself. My significant other and I love the founders, and we support every bit of the organization in the community and outside the community, because there's times that the organization itself doesn't have an event, but the members around it do. So we support those members, and it's a great way to be involved without the pressure of sometimes the financial pressure that comes with community giving, community involvement. Here, we'll take an idea, or we'll take a donation, or we'll take a suggestion. So that's why I'm part of the Net Hindu community.
Wonderful,
NHP.
wonderful. What about for the younger generation that are very shy, or they feel like this is not right for the community? How do you feel about that, or how's your approach on that when they need help or they need treatment, but they're too shy or they're too afraid to move forward?
Got it. You should not. You come first. Your stability, your mental solidness comes first. If you're able to put yourself first and in a way that you're able to reach out, know that clinics like mine are obliged by law to not disclose any of your illnesses or any of whatever you disclose with our clinicians. It's called HIPAA. So everything's private. Do not be shy. The mind collect taxes, the way I say it. If you leave something undone, like depression, like anxiety, and it prolongs, it creeps up, and that will end in body illness, from diabetes to obesity to even chronic pain. I'm sure the audience who's watching has heard stories of miracle, or that although God exists and there are miracles, but there's nothing more miraculous than the mind, because we're created by God with the gift of the mind. So we have an autoimmune system that is able to heal everything. But if we don't direct it, it won't work. So modern medicine, or Western medicine, has enabled us to be directed by prescription medication. What we teach, and that's Hinduism, is heal within inside. And once you find that power of the brain, that power of the mind, the body would follow. So don't be shy, because it could change your life reaching out, and it's private.
Well, what made you go through this journey?
My daughter. I have a daughter that is an autistic person, and my challenge in getting her the proper care led me to say, if I can't find one, I'll build it. That spread to every other discipline we do now. It started with the passion of providing children and adolescents and adults in the spectrum with alternative options. When I saw my daughter, when I realized that my daughter was taking 3 prescription medications for having an autistic mind, which autism is not a disability, it's a different ability. A truly autistic person is a gifted person. We just happen not to understand them because they don't think like us, they don't act like us. So what we do in our clinic is concentrate on the gift. Once we're able to develop the gift, as we all have a gift, then we concentrating in aiding that autistic individual in coping with the norms of society. We have it backwards. On the autistic diagnosis, is we first force the autistic individuals to cope and be like you and me. We're all unique. Imagine you with your own uniqueness that do not have an autism diagnosis, someone forcing you to be different. Once we understand it, we're able to change it. We're able to help. We're able to support that individual. And the same happens with attention deficit disorder, hyperactivity deficit disorder. The same thing happens with depression. For years, mental health disorder has had a big stigma. Luckily now, to social media, influencing and inclusion, the movement has been that I'm like you. It's okay not to be okay. This is the time for you to reach out and say, I'm not okay. It's okay not to be okay. I personally have a story of not being okay. Me as an individual, my daughter as my family, and everything around me has been a story of mental health. Sometimes negative, sometimes positive. Everything has been a teaching or a lesson to be learned, and that is why we have a clinic setting that is going above and beyond for the client's benefit. So look us up, www.mindhealthcenters.com. We are in Doral, and we're now opening Oakland Park.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.